So Clefable is pretty much is the fairy Pokemon, and it's pure fairy, which is a really good type, which is like a good typing because you're only weak to poison and steel. Plus you're resistant. Plus you resist fighting bug and dark, and you're immune to dragon, which is really good for like things like outrage or something like that, because then you can switch in for free. And they're kind of stuck and they have to switch, otherwise they're just gonna sit there and do nothing. But 95 health, 73 defense, and 90 special defense is pretty good, especially when you have such high health. Like, it's not an absurd health number, but it's still really good. Plus the defenses help. 70 attack is not good, but Clefable's pretty much never going to be a physical attacker. 60 speed, it's slow. It's slow and bulky with a decent 95 special attack. And its abilities are Cute Charm, Magic Guard, and Unaware. Magic Guard and Unaware are like two of the best abilities in the game. Because especially for tanks, because Magic Guard makes it so that you're pretty much immune to any toxic. You won't take any toxic, hail, anything like that. The only thing that can hurt you is attacks. So it can burn you, whatever, and it won't do anything. The only thing that really affects you is paralysis and sleep and freeze, because they don't hurt you directly, but they interrupt what you can do. Unaware is really good because you just ignore it. Like, they could sit there and raise their attack as much as you want. You can switch in Clefable and it won't matter because Clefable just ignores it. And Clefable could increase its defense. Like, the thing that makes Unaware really good with tanks is because you can raise your defense, but it doesn't matter how much they raise their attack, because you'll just ignore whatever attack they do and you'll keep your defense. So it makes it so that you get to a point where it's like, oh, they can't do anything. But you also have the chance, like, going against Clefable, you can run the risk of, do I toxic it and it just doesn't do any damage, or do I try to build up my stats and then find out it has Unaware so it doesn't affect it. Also going to do Clefairy, who has Friend Guard, which is a really good doubles ability. Clefairy is really good for doubles, and that's about it because its stats are so low. Like, it has 70 health, but 48, 65. Even with Eeviola, it's not great, but Friend Guard kind of makes up for it. And it actually is tankier than Clefairy, or Clefable, actually, even with the Eeviola, like 57 to 61. So it takes slightly less damage physically and specially, even though it's a lot closer physically. Like, it takes, I think, like 1% difference, pretty much. 1.5% difference physically, but specially it takes a bigger, like 4%. So it takes less damage. It takes way less damage, or it takes very slightly less damage physically, but takes a little bit more specially. But Clefairy, I'm gonna do Clefairy first. Pretty much doubles. It just depends if you want. Do you want the max defense or the max special defense? It's just preference at that point. I like running Endeavor because it's like, oh, you're not gonna do a ton of damage. So like, they hit you, you Endeavor, you drop their health down to whatever. Like, once they hit you, you'll drop them down with Endeavor like half, maybe 60%, 70% health. There's a free hit. Follow me to take hits. Friend Guards like makes it so your allies take less damage, so you don't always have to rely on Follow Me. But that's Zingleam just for damage. And then after that, you can run what you want. Icy Wind is good because it lowers your speed. I wanted to see if it had Icy Wind because I knew Clefable did, but Icy Wind's really good to lower their speed. Mythical Fire if you want, just to lower their stats. Minimize, I forgot about Minimize. Minimize you can run just to raise your evasion, but like Dynamax kind of ruins that. You could actually minimize Follow Me and doubles plus Friend Guard, so they kind of have to focus you after a certain point. You could also run Moonlight to get your health back. Seismic Toss just for flat damage because it's based off your level, so you'll do 100 damage each time, which is flat damage is really good. You could run Screens, but I think there's better. Life Dew just doesn't heal enough for me to be worth it, but I would say probably replace Endeavor with Icy Wind, and then you could run Minimize in that last spot, which would be really good. If they don't have, because if the worst case scenario, they'll have the Dynamax to take you out, which you can kind of finesse a little bit, but you also have a Dynamax. You could run, like, that's, I think, the best way. Just support, that's all you're gonna do. But this is the first Clefable, which is Unaware and just damage. Unaware damage with Moonlight. So pretty much the plan is, I'm just gonna take your hit. Like, you want to bring this in onto something that's already set up, and you just come in, take the hit, and you just damage it back with a good amount of damage. Because you're a 3-hit KO like this. Worst case scenario, 3-hit KO. So you'll come in, take the hit, hit them hard. If they're sashed or whatever, you'll take the hit, take them out. And then they bring in something else, and you're gonna do a good amount of damage for you taken out. And if they don't do a lot of damage with their revenge, pretty much, where they try to get you back with, you can just Moonlight and get your health back, and then switch out if you need to. But this is a setup one. Magic Guard, I would recommend Magic Guard because Toxic kind of hurts this one really bad. Toxic kind of shuts us down, but you want a Magic Guard, or you want to have Magic Guard to pretty much protect you, and then Cosmic Power. Pretty much you just want a Cosmic Power, Sword Power, yeah, Moonlight to heal. It sucks Moonlight only has 8 PP. You can't run Soft Boiled because it's a transfer only move, but pretty much Cosmic Power, Sword Power. You have a ton of defense. Moonlight heals. You can't be toxic or anything. Plus leftovers. You can this last spot run Flamethrower, or you could run something like Seismic Toss, I would say, because with Seismic Toss, you hit everything for a flat 100 except these 4, because they're immune to both moves. Well, Shedinja has Wonder Guard, but these 3 are immune to both moves. You'll hit everything else for at least 100 damage. Or with a Psychic. I don't think there's anything. It would have to be Ghost. It would have to be Ghost and Resist. Well, Aegis Lash, and anything that's Ghost and Resist Psychic would still be a problem with this, with the Seismic Toss, but for the most part, you're fine. You could run Baton Pass if you want to move it on. I wouldn't really. I don't know, you could run Baton Pass. If you start running out of Moonlights and you know you're going to faint soon, you could run that. You could run Toxic, but Aegis Lash would still... Aegis Lash is a problem pretty much for this set, regardless. Plus, he gets things like... Aegis Lash is a problem. He's going to do a lot of damage. You can't... Well, he won't do a ton of damage because you'll have... If you already build it up, but you can't hurt him back, which would cause a problem. But... yeah, that's pretty much it for this. You could... I think Healing Wish is a waste for this one. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. That's the doubles Clefable. Whatever defense, I would say this is an even defense split, but you can do whatever you want if you want to know more special. But pretty much Follow Me, Icy Wind to slow them down, which is really good. Such as Very Unaware, because you don't want them to set up. You could run Magic Guard. This one's whatever you want. Magic Guard or Unaware. Unaware is just good if they try to Dragon Dance, whatever. Try to set up. Magic Guard's good if they try to Toxic you, try to whittle you down with Hail or whatever. But pretty much Follow Me, Icy Wind, Dazzling Gleam. You could run Moonlight in this last spot, Ice Dew. Again, whatever you want in that last spot. It's whatever up to you. Flamethrower, Ice Beam. Forgot to mention, Ice Beam's really good coverage too if you want it. Psyshock. Just whatever you want in that last spot. If you want to be damaged, do you want to Toxic them? It sucks Clefable doesn't get Will-O-Wisp, because that'd be really good. But you could Wish if you know you're about to get knocked out. You could Attract really too. Another thing you could do is Attract and just... You could Attract both opponents if they're a different gender, and just kind of screw them over. But that's pretty much it. Endure maybe if you know they're both gonna attack you. But I picked the ally switch because if you know, like, if you can predict what they're gonna do, like they're gonna hit your opponent with a strong hit and they're gonna try to hit Clefable, and you don't want to take both hits, you could ally switch so like Clefable takes the free hit. Like if you could ally switch and make it so both hits are resisted, that'd be really good versus trying to Follow Me and then getting blown up. But that could work. Or if it's something like, you know they're gonna hit Clefable with a move that your other Pokemon resist, or like Intimidate. Intimidate's also really good with this one. With both of them really, well especially this one, but Intimidate's really good with it. But you could also run Minimize on any of the Clefable sets. You could run Minimize. But these are some of the other moves it learns. Aromatherapy or Heal Bell. They do the same thing. Same PP, everything. Encore is really good if you think they're gonna set up on you, or if you think they're going to use Toxic. It's pretty much if they're gonna use a status move. Encore is really good. And like, oh, they're gonna Toxic. Oh, they're gonna try to set up. That's really good. Healing Wish is just good if you know you're gonna go out, and you just don't want to. If you know you're gonna go out. Also, you can run Assault Vest. You could just run full attacks. Pretty much this one with Assault Vest and probably Psyshock, honestly. Psyshock or Thunderbolt. Probably Thunderbolt and then Assault Vest. Just so you can survive some hits. Just so you're just a bulky attacker. You could do that. That'd be really good. But I think that's pretty much it. Clefable has pretty good coverage. Like, it has a lot of moves too, but Light Screen, Magic Hook I wouldn't really run. Life didn't heal enough. You can run knockoff too on doubles just to knock off their item. But light screen, you can use the screens, but they're better screeners with like prankster and stuff like that. Stealth rocks maybe if you want. Thunder wave toxic. I think that's pretty much it for Clefairy. You could also amnesia if you wanted to. Wanted to be a full special wall. You could just amnesia moonlight something. Whatever. Pretty much just make it work. But that's pretty much. You could gravity too. Another thing you do in doubles is gravity, because gravity increases the accuracy of moves. Or if you see an opponent flying, you can gravity. You could gravity into like things like earthquakes, stuff like that, or gravity into like drill run, whatever. Or you could gravity and have your teammate, your ally use a move like blizzard or something like that. Doesn't have perfect accuracy. No, I think with gravity, blizzard has perfect accuracy, or near perfect. You could minimize still. Mythical fire, just to lower their attack and do some damage if you don't mind doing less damage than flamethrower. But that's pretty much it for Clefable. It's really bulky, and it has like, the main thing with Clefable is it magic guard or unaware, like, because you choose wrong and you get in a hole very quickly, and it's a good amount of damage. But that's Clefable.